Hello everyone, this is Dr.P.Syamala from the Department of MBA IB, Acharya Nagarjuna University. And today's our topic is regarding Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999, which is also known as FEMA Act 1999. So before going to tell about Foreign Exchange Management Act, we have to talk about FERA. Why? Because in FERA place, FERA is replaced by this FEMA Act. FERA is nothing but Foreign Exchange Regulation Act. Okay. So in place of FERA, FEMA came into existence. So FERA is about only regulation of foreign exchange. Foreign exchange is nothing but foreign currency, okay, which includes drafts, deposits, credits, okay, travelers checks, okay. All these things can be considered as foreign currency, okay. So foreign exchange means not only the currency of notes and coins, but along with notes and coins, okay, the deposits, drafts, credits, travelers check, okay, bills of exchange, all also can be considered as foreign currency. So on that foreign currency or else on that foreign exchange, there are very stringent and strict rules at that time, which is known as Foreign Exchange Regulation Act, okay. So due to that, in our country, we may not pull up more reserves in our country for foreign exchange, okay. Due to this stringent rules, foreign exchange is not that up to mark, okay. So after this seeing that more stringent rules are hindering the development of our country, in 1991 LPG policy has been introduced, okay, which is known as liberalization, privatization and globalization, okay. In that LPG policy, they have included this FEMA Act at that time, okay. So we are liberalizing the rules and regulations regarding the FERA. So FERA means Foreign Exchange Regulation Act, now which is replaced by FEMA Act, which is known as Foreign Exchange Management Act. Why? Because for having free trade between the countries to increase a foreign exchange, okay. So for the development of the country, okay, so we have liberalized our rules and regulations by replacing FERA, okay, by replacing FEMA in place of FERA, okay. So if we see, so what does FEMA means? As FERA is related to Foreign Exchange Regulation Act, FEMA is related to Foreign Exchange Management Act, okay. So what does this manages? We'll see, okay. So as of now, what does the meaning or else what is the definition of FEMA means? FEMA is an act of parliament, okay. We all know that any act will be made in the houses of the parliament, which are nothing but the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha of India. So in order to consolidate and change the law relating to foreign exchange with the objective of facilitating external trade and payments and for promoting the orderly development and maintenance of foreign exchange market in India. So to consolidate means to combine, okay. So what we are consolidating or else what we are combining means we are combining the rules and regulations of both FERA and FEMA, okay. So wherever there are more stringent rules and regulations in FERA, those are somewhat liberalized in this FEMA Act. So both FERA and FEMA are combined here. Consolidated means combined, okay, consolidate ideas of both FERA and FEMA in a single law, which is known as Foreign Exchange Management Act, okay. And if we see and change the law or amend the law relating to foreign exchange, okay, relating to foreign exchange is nothing but the foreign currency, okay. Foreign currency which includes not only notes and coins but also drafts, credits, okay, bills of exchange, traveler's check, all these comes under foreign exchange only. Balance of payments, letter of credit, okay. So many things will be included in this foreign exchange. So foreign exchange means it is foreign currency and also includes all those aspects, okay. So now we are consolidating and changing the law relating to foreign exchange, okay. So what is the objective? Means objective of facilitating, okay, facilitating external trade and payments, okay. So external trade and payments means it is related to the imports and exports, okay. So facilitating the external trade means we are facilitating, we are encouraging exports and imports, okay. And at the same time exports means we are getting money into our country, okay. uh, and imports means we are paying the money, okay. So payments, outflows, inflows and outflows, which is nothing but exports means inflows will be there, imports means outflows will be there, which is nothing but the payments. So all these external trade and payments, objective of facilitating all this external trade is about Foreign Exchange Management Act. And at the same time not only facilitating and also for promoting orderly development, okay. Orderly development is okay, but what is orderly development means? Here orderly development means for uh, for promoting these trade and payments, okay. So there should be some person to order, okay. So who is that person to order all these? Who is that person to see all these trade aspects? Means there is an apex body, okay, which is nothing but RBI, okay. So RBI look after, RBI is the apex bank, okay. So RBI look after this foreign exchange aspects, okay. And as the apex body RBI, okay, under RBI as it whole and solely it cannot look after all the aspects of external trade and payments, okay. So for the development of trade and commerce, okay, so it approves a person known as authorized person, okay. So an authorized person will be appointed by the RBI. So through authorized person only all the dealings will be done, okay. According to section 10, he is all section 10, 11, all these deals with the authorized persons. So here orderly development means order will be made by the RBI through authorized persons, and maintenance of foreign exchange market in India. So how the foreign exchange market maintained in India means through the apex body known as RBI, and which gives approval to the authorized persons, or else which appoints some authorized persons, which gives RBI gives some license to all these authorized persons, okay. All these authorized persons deal with the foreign exchange trade. So the FEMA Act 1999 is a law to replace the draconian FERA Act 1973. So previously this FERA Act was known as the Draconian Act, as it has very stringent and very rigid laws. Okay, so that is why it is known as a draconian law. So the FERA Act was enacted in 1973. Okay, so in the backdrop of acute shortage of foreign exchange in the country and was subsequently reviewed in 1993, several amendments were enacted as part of ongoing process of economic liberalization relating to foreign investments and foreign trade for closer interaction and world economy. Okay, so this FERA Act was enacted in the year 1973. So previously, if we see the history of FERA Act, it was first introduced in the year 1947. Okay, this was first commenced by the British people. Okay, they introduced this act in India, so they named it as the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act in the year 1947, and this was restructured in the year 1973, FERA. Okay, so in 1973, we all know FERA is as a draconian act, which is nothing but having a very stringent laws. Okay, so these stringent and rigid laws doesn't help for the development of our economy due to these laws. Okay, why? Because more restrictions means no person comes forward to have a trade with our country. So in 1973, after 1947, in 1973 FERA was restructured, and after 1973, okay, so in 1991, okay, at that time our forex reserves has fallen very lowest level. Okay, and to overcome that situation, the government introduced LPG scheme. At that time, our finance minister Manmohan Singh, he introduced this LPG scheme through introducing this FEMA Act. Okay, so in this year, in 1991, okay, so they introduced this FEMA Act. Actually, this was introduced in the year FEMA 1990. Okay, then this bill was 1999. After this, it was passed in the year 1999. Okay, and finally this act was implemented in the year 2000. Okay, so after 1991, okay, we our country liberalized the FERA Act into FEMA Act. Okay, so many liberalizations in the rules and regulations have been taken. Okay, so after that, in 1999, okay, FEMA was replaced by FERA. Even though it was introduced in the year 1991, okay, bill was passed in the year 1999 and it was implemented in the year 2000. Okay, see here, 1990 it was introduced, 1999 passed, and 2000 it was implemented. Okay, so this is the history of FEMA. Okay, so if we see, if we want to know about the FEMA, means we have to know about what is FERA also. Okay, so for that purpose I have given here certain differences of FEMA and FERA. Okay, FERA is nothing but Foreign Exchange Regulation Act of 1973 and FEMA is 1999. Okay, which is nothing but Foreign Exchange Management Act. Here regulation, here management. So if we see about origin, what does origin means? In 1947, okay, FERA came into existence. Okay, and if we and amended in the year 1973, here FERA. So if we see FEMA, it was introduced, okay, introduced and was implemented in the year 1999. Okay, and coming to extraterritorial applicability. Okay, so extraterritorial applicability means here both Indian and foreign residents. Okay, here Indian residents and foreign residents will be there. So what is the extent of applicability? Means only it is applicable to Indian only. Okay, not for foreign residents. If we see here, okay, yes, it is applicable for Indian residents as well as foreign residents. In fact, if we talk about the application of the FEMA Act, okay, it is FEMA Act sees the residential status of a person. Okay, residential status. So what does this residential status means? It depends upon the person residing in India or person residing outside India. So depending upon that residential status, okay, territorial applicability will be there. But here it is not like that. Okay, it is applicable to the persons in India. So extraterritorial applicability is not there in this FERA. And what is the objective means? To conserve foreign exchange and prevent its misuse. Okay. So what is the main objective means? In order to conserve the foreign exchange, to maintain more foreign exchange reserves. Okay. So to maintain, to conserve them, to prevent them, not to misuse them. So for that purpose only the rules and regulations were made in FERA. But if we see in FEMA, it facilitates external trade and payments, okay, and maintenance of foreign exchange market in India. The basic objective is facilitating, okay. It liberalizes the laws, rules, regulations. Why? Because why means for the external trade and payments, encouraging the external trade and payments and maintain foreign exchange market. Foreign exchange market is nothing but the foreign currency, which is including both all the bills of exchange, credit, okay, a letter of credit, all things will be comes under this currency along with currency. So it is known as foreign exchange market. So if we see violation, so violation means here under FERA it is considered violating the FERA rules means it is a criminal offense, okay. But in FEMA it is considered as a civil offense, okay. So violation of laws means it is criminal law, but now it has changed, okay. So liberalized the rules and regulations of FERA and changed it to civil offense, okay. And compoundable means no. Compoundable means no. Here yes. So what does compoundable means? For example, here if any person made a violation of laws means ultimately he is entitled to get criminal punishment. It is considered as a criminal offense and punishment will be there, okay. But here if we see in this offense, okay, that if at all there is no criminal law in here, but if at all if there is any like that means that offense will be, okay. For example, imprisonment has been made for 6 months, for example, okay. So that can be compounded by paying some amount, okay. So that is known as compoundable. So that compoundable facility is not there in FERA, but there is in FEMA, okay. So criteria of applicability. So what is criteria of applicability means? Here it will take citizenship as criteria for applicability of FERA Act. But coming to here, residential status. So is he residing in India or outside India? It is considered. But here is he Indian or not? That is taken into consideration. That is under FERA, citizenship is considered as criteria for applicability, but coming to FEMA, residential status is considered as the criteria of applicability. Now coming to types of transactions, okay. Here no, not such transactions are applicable, but here we have two transactions majorly which are known as capital account and current account transactions, okay. Current account transactions are nothing but the transactions that are related to the short term or else the daily business activities, okay. So those transactions are considered as current account transactions. Coming to capital account transactions, those are considered with assets and liabilities. Okay, so depending upon those capital account or current account transactions will be made. So but here in FERA there is no such type of applicability. And number of sections means here 81 sections are there in FERA. Coming to FEMA, it has decreased to 49. Okay, and emphasis will be on prohibitions, majorly on prohibiting, restricting everything. But here disclosure, everything is going to be known. Okay, each and everything is known, disclosure. But here it is everything is prohibited. Okay, so due to stringent laws, rules and regulations, very strict restrictions are there prohibiting everything. Okay, but here disclosing everything, so that is emphasis made on disclosure. Okay, so here for example, if we see means, okay, in disclosures, if he is a person resident of India means, so what are the rules and regulations should be there. Okay, according to that, applicability of FEMA Act will be there. So each and everything is disclosed here, but here there are more restrictions. Okay, and if we see the purpose or theme of FEMA, so what is the purpose or theme of FEMA means, the main purpose of FEMA is to manage foreign exchange exchequer. Okay, so foreign exchange exchequer, what does foreign exchange exchequer means? It is nothing but the foreign exchange market. Okay, foreign currency exchequer is nothing but the foreign currency market. So FEMA ensures this by managing the expenses by foreign currency exchequer. So what is the main purpose means? It is to manage the foreign exchange. So managing the foreign exchange means more seeing that having more exports. Okay, and at the same time imports also. So we all know that here exports means inflow of cash will be there. Inflow means while we are exporting our goods to other country, okay, we are selling our goods to our other country. Then what does other country do? They will pay the amount. So that is the inflow of cash, which is nothing but the income. Export means income. Okay, so if we see import means we are paying the amount. So we are paying the amount means if we are purchasing any products from outside India. Okay, so when we are purchasing means definitely we have to pay the amount. So that is an expense. So this FEMA sees or look after, it manages the both export and imports, means both income and expenses, which is nothing but the foreign currency exchequer. So we'll see, let's have an example. Okay, if we see liberalized remittance scheme. Okay, so liberalized remittance scheme means every Indian citizen will be allowed to take only $250,000 for the purpose of foreign expenditure. Okay, so that is known as liberalized remittance scheme. Means we are liberalizing the amount. Okay, that is under the remittance scheme. Means every citizen of India is allowed to use the amount. Okay, of $250,000 for the purpose of foreign expenditure. For example, for any education purpose or else for any medical expenses if you want to pay. Likewise, okay, every Indian citizen can draw only 250,000 for the purpose of foreign expenditure. If he want beyond that means limit, he should take permission from RBI, because RBI is the apex bank who is controlling this trade and commerce. So by implementing these kinds of limits, okay, FEMA will control the expenditure that are being made by foreign currency exchequer. Okay, so why means Indian government maintain foreign exchange reserves known as foreign exchequer. Okay, why maintain means, okay, when India wants to import any product, okay, then the payment has to be made in dollar or currency of where we importing, but they will not accept Indian currency. So this is the reason why India will maintain foreign exchange reserves. This is foreign exchange reserves, foreign exchange exchequer. Okay, so this is the reason why India maintains. So the income to the forex exchequer will be generated if we make exports. Okay, here the currency will be more, the reserves will be increasing when means when our exports are more. Okay, and then those countries makes whenever we make exports, okay, earn income, then those countries makes payment with India in dollars or else in that country's currency. So in the same way, if we import expense, then we have to pay the in the same currency to that country. Okay, so in this way foreign currency reserves can be seen. So in order to maintain this foreign currency reserves or exchequer, for Foreign Exchange Management Act manages the foreign exchange. Okay, so it ensures the management of expenses. This is very important. Okay, and if we see the objectives, okay, so what are the objectives of FEMA? Okay, so what are the objectives means, first one, as we seen in the definition itself, okay, facilitating and promoting. Okay, so what is facilitating? Facilitating external payment and trade, which includes the imports and exports. Okay, imports and exports. Okay, facilitating means imports and exports. So external payments and external trade we are facilitating. So the objective, main objective is that only, facilitating the external payments and external trade. Then only we can have foreign currency. Okay, foreign exchange, foreign currency exchequer. Okay, in the same way, promoting. One is facilitating, other one is promoting. So promoting means orderly development, orderly maintenance. Okay, so orderly development and orderly maintenance means, as I said before, order means an apex bank will be there, which is known as our Reserve Bank of India. So it gives orders. Okay, so on behalf of RBI, it gives powers to the authorized persons. It gives some persons it approves some authorized persons to do all these activities. So orderly development, orderly maintenance of foreign exchange market in India. Okay, so in order to see the development and maintenance in foreign exchange, okay, so the main objective will be the facilitating and promoting of the foreign exchange market in India. So if we see, FEMA means it is a regulatory mechanism that enables RBI and central government, CG means central government, to pass regulations, okay, and rules relating to foreign exchange, okay, in tune with the foreign trade policy of India. With the recommendations of central government, RBI exercise its authority. The rules and regulations will be passed relating to foreign exchange. Okay, so this is about the Foreign Exchange Management Act and the objective of Foreign Exchange Management Act. Basically, if we see, majorly means these two will be the objectives, major objectives of FEMA. But if we see other aspects of objectives means it will consolidate. The main objective will be the consolidation and amending the law relating to foreign exchange, means uniting or combining the FERA and FEMA acts and revising them. Okay, and at the same time to promote orderly development, to regulate foreign capital in India, then grow and develop our economy. Okay, to regulate foreign capital, to remove imbalance of payments or unfavorable balance of payments. Okay, to remove balance of payments or unfavorable balance of payments means, for example, if imports are more, okay, if imports are greater than exports, for example, means what does this means? Imports means we are payments are going, outflow of cash will be there, means, okay, outflow of cash flow means it is an imbalance. Payment means expenses, our cash is going outside, expenses. So what does this shows? Reserves will be decreased. Okay, foreign exchange reserves will be decreased. So there will be imbalance between the exports and imports. So we should see that the FEMA Act should see that removing the imbalance of payment of balance of payment, or else unfavorable balance of payments. Okay, likewise more transparent laws will be the another objective of FEMA. Okay, more transparent laws means policies, provisions, okay, no confidentialities, everything is disclosed in the laws. Okay, so that is the objective, more transparent laws, and getting a substantial increase in foreign reserves also. Okay, this is another objective, to increase the foreign reserves and increasing the inflow of foreign currency. Okay, and decreasing the outflow of Indian currency. So all these are the objectives of FEMA. So now if we see the features of FEMA. So what are the features? Features of FEMA. So features of FEMA means, the first and foremost feature of FEMA will be dealing in foreign exchange. Dealing in foreign exchange, which is nothing but foreign currency, including other items also, as I said before. So this dealing in foreign currency is according to section 3. The act describes what are those aspects. Okay, so dealing in foreign exchange means, provided in this act, rules or regulations made thereunder or with general or special permission of RBI, no person shall. Okay, so dealing in foreign exchange means who is the right person. Okay, who is that authorized person, who is that approved person, because apex person is RBI and RBI should approve that particular person. So dealing in foreign exchange means we as a person we may not singly deal with other person, okay, but through an authorized person we have to deal with foreign exchange, otherwise it becomes under violation of law. So regarding that dealing only, these features will be there. So special permission of RBI, okay, rules and regulations made there under for dealing this foreign exchange with by RBI. Okay, and no person shall, no person shall deal in or transfer any foreign exchange. Okay, no person should deal in or transfer any foreign exchange or foreign security to any person not being an authorized person. If he is not an authorized person, no person should not deal with this foreign exchange or foreign security. Okay, foreign exchange means, as I said before, foreign exchange means currency. Okay, deposits, credits, balance payable, traveler's check, letter of credit, bills of exchange, all comes under the foreign exchange. Okay, if we see foreign security, so what does foreign security means? Security is in the form of shares. Okay, share security means shares, stocks, bonds, debentures, or any other instrument denominated or expressed in foreign currency. Okay, so all these things should be dealt by only the authorized person only, but not any other person. Okay, so another one is, no person shall make any payment, okay, to or for the credit of any person resident outside India in any manner. Okay, we should not directly pay amount, okay, for the credit of any person. Resident, he is the resident outside India. Okay, that person is resident outside India. He is not the person inside India. Okay, so